Basher 605 in New York City on a Friday night. Hey, Bashers, how are you? I want to send a very special shout out to our beautiful Mork, who is recuperating today. He went to the vet. He wasn't feeling good last night. And Andy M took him to the vet, and he wasn't sick overnight. I just got an email from her, and I just want to let you guys know. So, we love you, Mork. We love you. We love you. We hope that you're feeling better. He had a weird tummy, lost a couple of, I don't know what cats lose, ounces. My cat lost 5 pounds, which was frightening to me at the time. But guys, special wishes out there for our very own Mark. You know how much we all love him, especially, well, me, sure, and Carolyn Martin, who's obsessed with him. So we just want to send that special notice out for you to keep Mork in your thoughts, because we love him and we need him on the show. And Mindy's even treating him nice, so that's really good to hear. Panel Power coming back for you. You want to do anything, just go That's how you do. Panel Power is coming back in. Upvote for the show if you can. It's Friday night. Hey, Dirk and all the Bashers, I will catch up later this evening. Mork is on the mend, fingers crossed, resting now on his purple throne, as she said in the email. We love you, Mork. We love you. We love you. We love you. I'm in the pub. Feck it. Ray, who says, I saw the tail end of Sheen's Piazza San Marco stream, and he was in there, and he said he got his card compromised. Very interesting you should say that, because I spent the whole day at the bank with Rose because something went on with her crap, and that took me like the whole day to figure it out. I still haven't completely figured it out, but it's not like anybody was scamming anything. It was like some security thing. But Ray, I hope you get your whatever happened to you sorted out, because that's really frightening when that happens. Be careful and use Apple Pay or Google Pay, because you know what? It's triple encrypted. It's safer than using a card. It sure is, man. People don't realize how much the using Apple Pay or Google Pay really is it's a new trick. Like Paul looks at it as if it's something that the Borg brought, and it's something very odd and weird. But I tap everything, and it's pretty secure. So I'm just saying. Dave Fahrenheit 451. Now it's 8 spots. Dave Fahrenheit 451. Panel Power. He's coming back for you. Panel Power, scaring the crap out of Dave Fahrenheit 450. You got to get on the stick, kiddo, to keep that crown. 4 is the magical number, Steve Mac 3. Great to have you in the room, Steve Mac 3, looking great. And he says, congratulations to Panel Power, coming back for you, Panel Power. Franco Fiore, buonasera, signore, grazie mille. Please upvote, please, per favore. Please upvote. I don't know how you would say upvote. I don't know how to say vote. How do you say vote in Italian? I don't actually know. Su, up, giù, down, upvote, su, votare. I don't know how you say that. Number 7, hope you're feeling better. I am. I'm feeling better. As a matter of fact, because today was so incredibly stressful, I was thinking, man, I could really use a drink. Oddly enough, you ready for this? So there's this frame shop right next door to my house and Rose's house, and I'm very friendly with those guys there. And one of the guys I'm most friendly with, Andy, I saw him today, and he goes, how you doing? I said, I'm doing all right. I just got over COVID. He goes, oh, man, I just got over COVID. I was like, I talk to that guy every day. He goes, maybe I gave it to you. I said, maybe I gave it to you. Who knows who gave it to who? It's not like the olden days. Dean's here with £4.99. Knackers. Dorsey, the Dorsey knackers. Not allowed to say that, but I don't care. I'm going to say it anyway. Knackers. There's a couple of Irish things that I really like, and ghee is one of them. You guys all know that. And knackers. Vasilios P is in it. Number 9. Vasilios P. Hey, Vasilios. Number 9, great to have you. And good evening, he says, from Greece. Andrew Wolkowicz, Canadian, $5. I was watching, you know what I was watching right before the show? An interview with Anne Murray. How much do we love Anne Murray? Anne Murray's got a new record coming out. How exciting for her. For those of you guys, everybody knows who Anne Murray is, right? You lift me up on a pedestal. I mean, she was such a big star in the 70s. It turns out some fan found all these masters of songs that didn't make her albums, and they listened to 45 songs and said, wow, some of these are great. And they made a brand new Anne Murray record. I love Anne Murray. What a voice on her. A Canadian treasure. Congratulations to Panel Power. Happy Friday, and I hope everyone is doing well. Be an inspiration, upvote, and subscribe, and consider being a patron. You know what? If you can, that would be most appreciated. I'm a bastard, you're a bastard, he's a bastard, she's a bastard. Wouldn't you like to have your friends be bastards too? Share them the love. Share them the love, man. Patricia Teague, the ladies of the bash. Let's all treasure the ladies of the bash. We love our ladies in the eye bashers because they knock some sense into the fellas, don't they? Right? Without women, where would we be? Dead. All of us dead. Without the beautiful ladies of the bash. We love you. Thanks so much, Patricia Teague. Hello, Dirk and friends. And Handsome Joe is here. Friday bash. I don't know where the big guy is. I haven't heard from him today. He was shooting a show, out on the streets. Out on the streets. Dogs are running around. The cats are running heat. Is he going to show? I don't know. I mean, I assume so. I have not heard contrary to the facts. But I know he was not near his studio. Unless he caught a boat. And look who's here. We were just texting right before the show started. Upvoted, baby. Look, it's Eazy-E live. Eazy-E is here, and he's live on the show. I don't know if you know how big that is, because he hasn't been live forever, because he's always waking. You're awaking stiff. You're always working. Planting beautiful flowers, as we say in New York. Man, those are some nice flowers. That guy knows how to make some nice flowers. Let's bash, be kind and respectful, or not. It's Friday. I don't care. Be mean. Ticking time. Hey, Dirk, and happy Friday. I guess he's having his birthday week. He was with a delightful young woman who I just found out from Eazy-E is an opera singer. I was so busy today, I didn't have a chance to catch the show except for the last maybe 5 minutes. I was unaware that very beautiful woman is also an opera singer, and what he told me is a mezzo-soprano. Lots of roles for the mezzos. It's like being a baritone. Way more roles. You can't beat it. Being a tenor in opera is kind of a shitty thing because there's very small amount of roles for you, and there's a lot of guys that want them. But there's tons of roles for baritones, and there's tons of roles for mezzo-sopranos. The colorature is, you know how that gets. You know how that gets for the sopranos. Ticking time. Hey, ticking time. Great to see you. Look at that collection. Oh, boy. Who's making everybody watch, honey? Oh, Mork. Thanks, Dino. I know. We love our Mork. We love him. And Steve Zaleski, good evening. Dirk and the Bash is here for Friday Live. Get well soon, Morky. I know. There's nothing worse than when your pet's not feeling well. Like I could give a flying fig Newton about myself. Like I'm just like, I'm so bored, tired of being sick. But when somebody else is sick, I get upset, especially pets, because they can't tell you how they feel. You just see them go meh, and mopey, and vomiting is the worst. Because then how many millions of times I just jumped in a taxi and ran to the animal medical center at 3:00 in the morning. I just done it so many zillions of times because I'm an alarmist. And most of the time it was just that. But better safe than sorry. And Joe LaFaro agrees. Prayers and love to Mork. Mwah. We love you, Mork. Haha, Dirky taps that card. Bronxleys, you like that? How you doing? Yeah, Joe, I like that. Yo, I was talking to Stephanie earlier there. She had, you see her garden? She got beautiful flowers there. Beautiful flowers. Eazy-E makes, he grows some nice flowers, and as W.C. Fields said in International House, and I just used this quote on Julian, don't let the posy confuse you. It's a very funny joke. How they got by the censors back in the days, I don't know. This is like, what is that International House? Was that 1930? It's old. And W.C. Fields, he's always drunk, and he lands his spaceship in this place in China. It's called Woohoo, and He goes, "Where am I?" And somebody goes, "Woohoo!" And he's obviously very, very effeminate. And he goes, "Woohoo, woo!" And WC Fields has a posy like a, like corsage or a boutonniere, and he goes, "Don't let the posy confuse you." Woohoo! I had a card compromised. It was a gas station. The kids making minimum wage were caught making copies of people's information and selling. Let me tell you something, Mr. Wolkowicz. So 3 years ago, during the height of COVID, I was called for jury duty, and it was grand jury. Now, being a dum-dum from Queens, I was unsure exactly what that meant. What it really means is you're not on a jury for a case. You are indicting people. So you are sitting and listening to many, many cases in a row and looking at the evidence, witnesses, testimony, and then we vote on whether or not to indict them. Well, one of the cases, actually several of the cases involved gas stations and credit cards, but the big one, where we indicted the living bejesus out of this guy because he's a murderer. We actually sat there and watched a video. This guy came in shackles. I kid you not. He entered the courtroom in shackles, and he sat down on the stand. And he denied everything. And then they played a videotape of, turns out this guy showed up, no relationship with this gas station, and started asking people for cash and filling up their tanks with a credit card. And he was pulling a scam. And then finally, the guy that owned the gas station, he didn't say, hey, get away from me. He said, let's work out a deal. So we'll split the money. And, like, in other words, he was willing to jump on this guy's illegal activity. Well, they got into a big thing, and he pulled out a gun and he shot him dead. And we watched it. We watched the guy in the shackles on the stand pull out a gun and blow this guy's head off. And we actually saw that. And I remember everybody did that. Because you just, you watch movies, you watch John Wick, you watch whatever movie, and you just don't. In real life, it looks completely different. It looks completely and utterly different. There's no big, and there was sound. You don't hear the big and all that stuff. It's just like a pop. And this guy was indicted, and I followed up on his case later on, and he went to prison for the rest of his life, as he should, because he was like, well, I'm not going to share this money with you. He's like, but it's my gas station. That was the conversation they were having. He goes, but it's my gas station. He goes, or I could just turn you in. And that's when the guy pulled out a gun and shot him. So crazy how many people do that with credit cards and at gas stations. It's easy peasy, man. You get a bunch of fake cards. You can just keep me. Hey, give me the cash. You see somebody approaching with cash, you go, I'll fill up your tank. I'll just fill it up on the card. I hate to say it, but a lot of people will probably take them up on it, Dino says, easy E, wine, and thumbs up. And Mart is here with £5. That's a lot of money in New York. Hey, Dirk, I sent you an email about the new Timex titanium watch, $1,450. Oof, let's go look at that. Did you send me a link? Hey, Dirk, I've just come across this new watch by Timex. Yep, it's a good watch, but £1,450. And what's more bizarre, the 500 pieces limited edition watch isn't even numbered, I believe. Oh, is there a link, though? God, I want to see that. Let me see. New Timex. 1450. Oh, new Timex. I wrote time. New Timex. Oh, new Timex watch. Come on. How hard is it? How many Rolex Timex? It's 150 new arrivals, watch trends and styles. Timex. If you can send me a link to that, I can't really find it right now, but I'd appreciate it. But thanks for the 5 balloonies, £5. Ooh, kazoo. Wow. Thank you, Mart. Daniel Gutierrez says that Ush is with a beautiful woman named Polina. I saw her. Probably won't come to the show, but he would tell me if he's not coming, right? Wouldn't he tell me that he's not going to do our show on Friday that we do every Friday? He would tell me. He wouldn't just blow off the show. He'd be like Dirk, I got a date with a beautiful woman, or I'm getting to know a beautiful woman. That would be fine. Okay. Well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. She just did Ave Maria live on the show. Wait a second. The show's not live now. They ended the show. 6:14. Is he back on live? Let me see something. He back on live? Wasn't before. He had ended the show and said, "Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody." Oh, Michaela did a live stream. Very cool. And let's see. Oisín. OIS. It doesn't give me the channel right off the top. He's done. Yeah, no, he's not live now. Okay. But the baritones are always the bad guys. Very true. You know, I'm here to murder you. Dito, baby, good to see you. It's very, very true. She did Ave Maria. Did she do a nice job? Which one did she do? Did she do the Schubert? Which one did she do? Dino, babe, great to see you. And Rufus is here. Yeah, I have a feeling Oisín might be a no-show tonight. Really? You think so? I mean, that would be weird to not say, hey, I can't make it. Be odd. And Conair's here. Hey, unblocked and unblemished. Evening all bashers. Loving the Van Gogh style thumbnail. And thanks, man. It was a quick one because I was so busy at the bank and running around doing errands today. I was like, oh, shit, I didn't schedule the show. Shit, I didn't schedule the show. Shit, I didn't schedule the show. And it did not fail me. I'm feeling sad. All three cats surrounded me. Why you feel? Aw. Oh, if I'm feeling sad. Okay. Yeah, that's what they do. I saw something today on YouTube. It was like when my band had played in Germany in 2018. And it was an interview with a couple of guys, vignettes from our homes about our experience playing this festival. And the truth of the matter is, I was being nice because I loved playing the festival, but there was some political stuff that I did not care for at all. But I'm doing the interview and Laverne is on my desk and she shows up and she gives me a kiss and I introduce her to the crowd. And I was like, oh, just that made me pretty sad because I don't have a cat to surround me anymore. Daniel, are you in London? Are you in London right now? Are you in Blighty? Who would show with a date like that? You guys are funny. Well, I mean, you know, a heads up is all that would work, right? Carlos Paggi says, hey, gang. Hey, Carlos Paggi, great to have you in the room. Joe LaFarm for WC Fields and his posy. Don't let the posy. Actually, it was like, they didn't say don't let the posy confuse you. Don't let the, I think that's what it was. But it's so funny because this guy was like, where did I just land? He goes, woohoo. And it's woohoo China. And he goes, so WC Fields goes like this. He goes, where? And he goes, woohoo. He goes, don't let the posy confuse you. I like WC Fields, man. Some very, very, very funny shit. We were watching that. You know, we were watching the other night, A Night at the Opera, Marx Brothers. Genius. Isn't this amazing? Good to see Easy and the original Bashers. Yeah, the original Bashers, like the first guys. If I showed you who the very first people, Dean, you and Easy E, were like the two first guys, pretty much. It's I can see in the list who signed up, who subscribed first. And forever you shall be so special. Traveled both business class both ways on BA, had a wine list. You guys drink a lot. That's very, very nice. We're flying on ITA to Italy in a week and a half. And we're in steerage, but I am watching I did make a bid to get upgraded. I would even be happy to get into whatever their elevated economy it's called. I forget what it's called, but it has a wine list. But I can only imagine that to upgrade to business on ITA was way too expensive. Way too expensive. Minimum bid they wanted like $1,800, and I was like, you know what? I was a spoiled princess my whole life. I was able to fly first class because of my dad, and now I just have to pay the piper. That's what I got to do. I got to be like everybody else and work on points and figure out status and all that stuff. And but I'll take an upgrade if I can get one. And I did put in a bid for premium, whatever they call it, because it looks considerably nicer. It actually has a pretty nice. Their seats are they're Recaro. They're very ergonomic looking, brand new. They have brand new planes. It looks good. It's got a great screen, but I like drinking on planes. I like drinking. I like drinking on planes. I like drinking. It's one of my favorite places to drink is on airplanes and 7-Up for the morning punch. But yeah, so they've got this thing where, like a lot of airlines do now, you can bid for it. But I find that the best way to do it so far is when you go to check in, you just go to the lady, and of course I'll be wearing nice clothing and a blazer and stuff like that because I always flew that way. And I'll just say, what does it look like for business or premium? And see what usually can get the best deals if you go there. Because if you do it online, it just feels like a rat race. So I don't know. More get better soon, says Martin Bronson. Oh, thank you. He deserves it. He needs it. We want it. We love him. Thanks, everybody. They offered me afternoon tea and brought me a whole platter of sandwiches. I went, no, Earl Grey only. Ugh, Earl Grey. Ugh. Me and Captain Picard could never, ever drink tea together. Yeah, I just don't like it. I've tried to do that, the Earl Grey thing. Can't do it. But you don't want afternoon tea with all those great crustless sandwiches. How divine. Or a scone with clotted cream and all that. Oh, man, what's better than that? I love high tea. Delish. You got to go to like the Savoy for that. Of course, we drink a lot. We don't have any set time in the UK. Start at 11 a.m., 2 a.m. Who cares? How about a Pim's Cup? Do you guys like a Pim's Cup? I enjoy a Pim's Cup. I really do. I really and truly do. It's always good to be back home, Bastards. Danny Gutierrez says it, and truthfully so. Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. Did I give you a big bang boom for that? I did, right? If I didn't, let me do it again. I did. Oh, I gave you what's his face guy. I gave you Greg. I keep changing that guy's name, the cook husband. This is nothing funnier than when I had to explain to Paul what that meant because he had no idea. And I was like, how do I put this into a sentence that conveys what that means, but isn't dirty? So I just said, it's like, okay, you're a couple. And your wife, you're subservient to your wife, and she likes to make it with other men while you sit in a chair. And he said, what? I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say. Yeah. I know the lounge folks were drowning them out at 8:30 a.m. Oh, is that what you were doing? See, that's the other thing is I've never had, even though I had first class privileges on American Airlines and some other airlines, I was never allowed to use the lounges. I've always had to buy my way in. So that I'm not missing out on that. Eat gets you in for $75 to the lounge, which we'll be doing when we get to Rome because we got to wait a couple hours until the gang arrives. So we're going to have some time to kill, and we're going to check luggage, which we never do. I mean, we might as well, because we were allowed 2 checks. We didn't buy the bottom of the barrel. We bought the economy plus or whatever it was that, carry-ons plus check bag and all that stuff. But they want you, and I'm watching this every single day. Tell me what you know about this. They want $75 for us to choose our seat. Now, I'm not sitting in the middle, and I can't do that. No way. I'm a window guy, or at least just the 2 of us and whatever. I mean, is everybody charging for seats, like to choose your seat? That is such utter bollocks. It really and truly is, Joe says, hopefully he's otherwise occupied. Yeah, that would be awfully nice. I mean, did it look like there was a Spock? Did you see a Spock? It was, did you see a Spock? I'm so sorry that I missed her aria. Daniel, Timmy should avoid London. The diet is out the window here. Sandwiches, fish J. I have a lot of fried food. London's got everything. Is Timmy on a really good diet right now? Is he losing the weight? maybe it's time for his Ozempic moment. Like everyone's calling it there. I'm having my Ozempic moment. I'm having my Ozempic era. I'm in my Ozempic era. Like everybody's doing it. Nobody's going to be fat in 10 years. There's going to be no reason for it because they're going to be handing that shit out like candy. She did the Schubert. Okay, very nice. Dirk, I've just sent you the link to the Timex. Nice. There it is. Okay, let's have a look at it. What do we think? We're all big Timex fans. All of us. We all love it. Where is it? Open the tab in the application window. Here it is. Okay. One moment, please, for an operator that can assist you. Shop now. Let's do that. Okay. The Giorgio Galli S2 titanium Swiss made automatic 38 millimeters. Well, I mean, that's kind of a Rolex-y looking. Can we get rid of this window? Okay. Oh, 1450, huh? I don't know. Titanium. I'm not that big a fan of titanium anyway. And the pop-up windows are really shitty. Oh, look at this. How interesting is this action? Oh, look at that system. Wow. Oh, wow. That's very clever, isn't it? Wow. More of that, please. Let's look at the movement. Okay. And what's its rating here? And who's Giorgio Galli? Oh, well. 164 feet, 50 meters. All right, that's not so much. I still wouldn't take it swimming. That is for sure. I don't know about the dial. What do you think? It's kind of boring. But the design is nice. That's cool. Titanium. I mean, Timex for $14.50. That's quite a bit of money. I don't know if they need to go into that territory. Is it necessary at all? I don't know. Very cool. Thanks for that, man. Very, very cool. Very, very, very cool. She just sang live too. That's the funny thing. Pelina did a beautiful job. Lovely voice. Very nice. I'd love to hear some of that. Where was it? Towards the end of the stream? I like dreaming. Hold on a second. I had that song stuck in my head today. I don't know why. I like dreaming. Dreaming can make you mine. I like dreaming. YouTube. I'm not going to get in trouble for playing Ave Maria. Let's see. Oisín. Let's see. Is she good? Let me go. I'm looking through the video now. She just busted into it. Oh, I got it. Hold on. I found it. Found it. Hey, Travis, $10. Cheers to Dirk and the Bashers. Happy Friday. Thank you, Travis. Looking great with your big fuzzy wrist. That looks like a man's wrist to me. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Friday, Friday night. Wow, I didn't hear that this time. That's really weird. I wonder if that's why that happened. Let me pop this and see if you could see it. Hold on. Share the screen. Okay.
Final cut or division bell? Absolutely the final cut, because the division bell is not Roger Waters. I'm a Roger Waters guy till the
Will it not
bitter
play
end,
the video?
dying end.
I don't want picture in picture.
They're going to join us.
She just left yesterday.
Oh, where is she now?
She's
Playing picture in
She's in
picture.
Milan.
That doesn't work. All right. How do I get rid of that now? Jesus Christ. Okay, opera, get your act together with that stuff. The opera that I'm working on right now. Not the opera. The opera. Not that. The browser that I'm in right now is called Opera. So very much. Thank you, Travis. I wonder why. Let me try that again. Why didn't I hear that for a second? Let me see if I hear it now. Oh, I'm once again not hearing that. You guys hearing the noises as they go? Did anybody hear that? Because I don't, and I don't know why that would be. It happened to me last week. Ghosts in the Machine. Ghosts in the Machine. Danny Gutierrez says, I don't know about the beer, but every time I ordered a G&T, I had to ask for more ice. Well, sure, you're in Europe. Ice is not a thing there, man. Ghiaccio in Italy. Dean says it's great to see you, Travis. Always great to see you. And Canaire says, any thoughts on watch YouTube channels like TGV and the Mad Watch Collector? Me? I used to watch TVG. I don't like the Mad Watch Collector's personalities. Not that there's anything wrong with that guy, but he reminds me of Carrot Top. You know, it's just a little too madcap for me. I like Andy from the English Watch. And I love, of course, the supreme leader of all. And you will know who that is, Tim Masso. Those are if I want to know anything about watches, I watch Tim Masso. The guys who are like the superfluous, trendy guys, that's not my thing. And the dealers, I don't watch at all. I do not watch. Though, can I admit I have a little bit of a soft spot from Carrie, the Diamond Lady on 47th Street, the one with the big giant hair. She's like the Diamond Mama. I don't know why. I watch all her shorts. I do not like that bratty, skinny kid that's always trying to scam deals from people. He buys a watch, he walks down the street and he sells it. I don't like that guy. I don't like that kind of behavior. It's making a quick buck. Literally making a quick buck. I'm not a big fan of that at all. But yeah, my favorite show is I love Andy and I love Tim Masso. Rufus, glad you're feeling better. I have a little bit of a residual stuff going on there, but I mean, it's night and day, man. Night and day, you are the one. Or I'll give you a big bang boom, but I don't think I'm going to hear it. You guys tell me if you hear the big bang boom, because I heard them before, but I'm not hearing them now. Did you guys hear that? You hear the sound of that? Yep, it all sounds fine. That's weird. You can hear the noises, but I can't. And I don't like that. Why would that happen? But thank you, Rufus. You have to ask for more ice. It's just the way it is. It's like you also have to pay for water. Paul's Italian cousins were here, and they were like, when they saw the water room, they'd never been here. They filled up the glasses. They're like, this is free? I'm like, yeah. It's not something you see anywhere else. Glasses of water on the table. You got to pay for water. And I don't mind because I like sparkling. Dirk, I don't eat carbs like pasta, bread, or taters. Ever? Like as a lifestyle? I'm sorry to hear that, because pasta, bread, and taters would be my favorite food. These are a few of my favorite things in the world. And to give them up entirely would be, oh God, I would just die. And to give them up, oh gosh, do you not like them, or do you have celiac? I don't know. Dirk, what is your wine list? Stewart, red or white, with water or beer? Would he call me by name? What is your wine list? Pauillac, please. Always Pauillac. Pauillac or Pomerol. Any kind of great French. But in Italy, I'm just gonna, the Marche is famous for a lot of white wines, but I'm gonna keep my mind open on a lot of different stuff while we're there. Italian wines, I like Italian wine very, very much, but I still think the French. If the French do anything better, it's that, and it's just because it just is, I also think that the French do bread better than the Italians do. That's a very unpopular opinion, but I'm always like, I don't eat much bread when I'm in Italy, because I'm just like, I'm like, I went to Tuscany. I was like, where's all the Tuscan bread? And they ain't no breadsticks. Kidding. I've never had. I think America's got incredible bread. I think the United States has some, because we're such a multicultural melting pot. So many different. I love that Brazilian pão chelada. I get that all the time. That bread is divine. And it makes you can sop up the gravy, as they say in New Jersey, right there, Joey. Joe, that episode of the I watched it again of The Sopranos when they're in Napoli and he's trying to order spaghetti. It's just so pathetic, and he's such a dum dum. He's like, I just want the spaghetti with gravy, and he's looking at them like they have two heads. Gravy. Hey, Andre Lipton, great to see you. Oh, that's a great shot. Look at you. Look at you right at the salute, right there in the man's hometown. Look at that. Just steps away from the gaff. Amazing. Great shot. You look like a hitman. Great shot. Patricia Teague. Hope to fly business class to Europe once in my lifetime, but it would have to be an amazing price. Well, listen, $8,000 should be the price for first class. Now, prices have gotten really exorbitant and really, really super stupid, but depending on when you go, how you pay, points, etc., you can get, just watch a channel called The Points Guys on YouTube. They tell you, and I've learned a lot of things, like we opened up a couple of different credit cards and we bought the tickets on that. And in America, it's Chase Sapphire. That's the card that you want to get because it's really great. We're trying to figure out multiple ways to maximize points because, down the line, I mean, I'm getting old, man. I don't want to start traveling in steerage the rest of my life. I've done it before and I could do it again, but I would prefer not to, and I don't mind a couple of extra shekels, for a wine list and a little bit of extra room and without screaming kids, and you know how that is. But yeah, I don't think that's those prices are inflated because of business prices, because companies are willing to pay that amount of money. There was a fine example many years ago about the Concorde, which ultimately failed, not because of the aircraft, but it crashed financially. And the reason being was it just cost so much to operate. So somewhere along the way, they doubled the price, and the woman who worked for British Airways said, listen, this is all business people and celebrities for the most part. So price is no object. So one day the price went from $5,000 one way to $10,000 one way. And she said, no one blinked. No one blinked. A lot of people like to attribute the death of the Concorde to the Paris crash. But listen, that's the only incident they ever really had, and it was not their fault. It was the Japan Airlines 747 that dropped a piece of its, fuselage, like it was like a metal eye hook, and and then that happened. And it was a terrible end to a gracious and beautiful, gorgeous piece of machinery that, while would be very, very old today, but it's a shame it killed the supersonic, transportation until now, and we still don't have one. But there is a company called Boom Supersonic, and they've got a plane that they've been working on. They just partnered with Rolls-Royce, and they did a test flight, and hopefully that airline will come into existence. As a matter of fact, American Airlines ordered 30 of them. And I don't mean like American Airlines, I mean United States branded airlines actually purchased these things. They ordered them. They have orders. It's like, yeah, I want those. It's basically you sign a contract saying if you build them, we'll buy them. That's how all aircraft deals work. You sign a piece of paper ahead of time and you say, yes, it's something that I would like. If you build them, we'll buy them. That's how the 747, the L-1011, the DC-10, that's how they all worked. Because the L-1011 was Lockheed, and Lockheed was not even making, they were not making passenger aircraft. They were only making military aircraft. So anyway, Dragon Lady probably keeps her husband. Oh, he is cook central. You just got to see her when she's foaming. He's like this, and she yells at him constantly, and they fight in the hallways. Like, I lived here for 35 years. This was always a panacea, and she's screaming at him. And it's just, and he's just, he even told me, I think I told you guys way back when, before it got brutal, when they first got the building and started acting weird, he goes, you should just do what she says, And I said, excuse me? He goes, well, I'm kind of the girl in this. I'm the woman in this relationship. She's the one that, whatever she says goes, man. And he goes, you should just do it, she says. I said, well, maybe you can do whatever she says, but I ain't doing anything she says. So take me to court. And take me to court they did. Danny Gutierrez, Andrew Wilcoach. My watch, I need my watch on AirTag, everything. I have everything AirTag, man. Pretty much. The one thing that I couldn't find today that I really needed was Rose's green card because she's a permanent resident. She's originally from Germany. And I didn't have it. And I don't know where it is. I've never had it. I have her old one and I have most of her stuff. I have to go look for that. And the bank were nice enough with all the other ID and all the stuff we had. And I was like, I really need a copy of that. And I found out that it's $465 to replace it. Ooh, that's ugly. So, yeah, I AirTag everything. My keys, my wallet, my bag. Like, here's my bag. Let's see. My keys are in the other room, but I have an old man wallet. You want to see my old man wallet? This is my old man wallet. I mean, is that an old man wallet or an old man wallet? This was given to me by my beautiful, now dearly departed stepmom-in-law, Julie. And here's my new passport card, which I got. And in here, in my wallet, is my AirTag. I have AirTags on everything. I put them on Paul stuff, Rose's stuff, put it on everybody's stuff. It's the greatest invention ever. And if you ever look like my AirPods, anything that Apple can find, it says 3 feet, 2 feet, 1 feet, look right. And then you find it. It's incredible stuff. Really, really super incredible stuff. I don't have ice in whiskey, gin, beer, or soda. Just drink it straight. Wow. All right. You're a man. That's why. BA charges for seats if you don't use their app. Well, we used the web. And I used to fly on BA on the cuff too because they were super duper partners with American Airlines. You know, their main partner. Daniel, how is it the Grail Watch that you have made the deals yet? You are killing me. Dean works from sunup to sundown like a slave. He's a workaholic and he's a maniac. And he has curated a relationship with ADs. And that's why he's got, he's the perfect example of work hard, play hard. That's why he gets what he gets because he's focused. He's laser focused. In the waiting, let's see. Once you get me, change the avatar. You will know. Look at that. But I like your avatar right there because who doesn't love a speedy baby? Speeding back to my baby. You have to give her credit after eating and drinking on a full stomach. She just got up and belted it out. Well, that's personality. It's a weird thing because I'm not the guy that generally will get up at a party and sing. I'm just not. Somebody else will do it. But I have a lot of friends that are just like, mommy, how I love you, how I love you. Maybe now with the show, because I burst into song constantly, maybe I'll feel differently now. If somebody ever asked me to belt one out at a party. But yeah, did they have a full meal and drinking? That's weird because opera singers, let me tell you something, because I studied opera and I never drank ever during the golden years of my career. I never drank ever. It was so drying. I wouldn't let air conditioning on in the studio. You guys have to turn it off. It's going to ruin my voice. Now I don't give a shit, but I'm not in the game like that anymore. But she's young and beautiful and probably has a promising career ahead of her. Hey John Doe, one of the adorable 5 minutes I've seen on YouTube could be Oisín's best and most class comment yet. All right. Okay. It's 1 hour and 7. You guys are telling me when that happens. Okay, great. I tried to watch it. Like if I could try. I would love to do it again. Let me see if I get this again. YouTube. See why it was doing that. That stupid Oisín. I'd love to watch it. I don't want picture in picture. That's a one. Oh, she got up and said. Oh, hold on. Let's see how I can do this now. Okay, so I want to share the screen, upper tab, but I don't want it to be picture in picture. Is it going to do that? Oh, it's doing. It's going to do it now. Okay, great.
I'm a Roger Waters guy to the
cool.
to the bitter end, dying end.
Is your daughter going to join us?
She just left yesterday.
Oh, where is she now?
She's in Milan. She's going to San Marino to shoot some.
Oh.
She was here for a full week. She went to see all the movies.
You guys can hear this, right?
She was at the Werner Herzog thing where they gave him the award, and they watched the movie Ghost Elephants. The Ghost Elephants. I would like to see the baby. Sorry, they're doing Ave Maria. That's Schubert's one.
The Schubert's one.
We should go over to the band. You want to sing it? You want to sing?
Oh, he's an instigator.
Oh, please.
See? Power. Smoke in her face while she's singing opera. He was smoking in her face while she's belting it out. Oh, she's going to go for it again. They probably think she's a plant. Nice accompaniment. She's all over YouTube now. Oh, she did it later. That's interesting. Brava. She's going viral, baby. Straight to La Scala. She's very beautiful. Wow. Bravo. I mean, impromptu? Give me a break. That was impromptu. That's magical. That's a magical moment. Opera singers, yeah, the power when you know, so relaxed and yet none of the rock crap. You know, it's just power and ease. And yes, she was drinking and she ate, but her technique, you know, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Thanks for turning me on to that, guys. I'm very, very happy. Look at that, drinking, select spritzes, and select, so drying too. Cigar smoke, amazing. Agreed. For taking her to the band. That was a smart move, actually. You got the shivers. Yeah. What a voice. Who needs a microphone with a voice? I mean, it's incredible. Well, that's where you get the power. Just think about it. Way back in the day, there were no microphones on stage. You had to be able to hit that back row. You know, when was this stream? This was just earlier, man. Dino, it was just about an hour or so ago. You know, she certainly is lovely indeed. Easy comes in for Dirky and Polina. Wow. Thanks, Easy. 20 balloons. Let's hit it hard. And Gabari with AED 250. Woof. Thank you very much. We're listening over crappy mic on headphones. $7 headphones. Imagine in person. I'm sure it was magical. Well, live is always so much more magical because, you know, crappy microphones, crappy speakers, bad bandwidth. You're never, ever going to get the feel. That's like when people shoot concerts through their phone and it's so crap. You have to immerse in it. You have to be in that experience. You have to feel it. You have to know what that feels like. And that's a shame, really a shame. Absolutely gorgeous job. What a beautiful gal. Fantastic. Timey met a woman like that. Hello. Wouldn't that be great? Opera swim. I'm not going to get my hopes up. What am I going to do? Travis and Angel. Absolutely. Yeah. Who needs a microphone with them? You don't need one. You definitely don't. Gabri, let me give you the big giant bang, boom, boom. I'm actually, you know what I'm going to do for a second? I'll be right back in 2 seconds. I'm going to see if I can fix this. I want to see if this fixed it, like leaving the studio, because it's so weird that I wasn't getting any of that. That's huge. Thank you so much. Thank you for that mega super chat. Fantastic. Izzy says her name is Palina Veretti. We will be looking her up. It should be illegal to be that pretty, that skinny, and sing that well. Yeah, usually they weren't. Usually they were much bigger ladies. You know, when Callis, who is not even in my top 5 favorite sopranos, forgive me for that, but she's just not. She was miscast. She was a mezzo and she was singing soprano roles. When she got skinny, she lost a good amount of her power. And then you watch somebody like Montserrat Caballé, who's my absolute favorite. Her orange performance of Norma is my absolute favorite aria of all time. My favorite performance by a coloratura such as she is the 1974 orange performance of Casta Diva, which is just mind-blowing. And I've heard, you know, whenever you see Casta Diva in a movie, they always play Callis's version. And she's La Divina, and I get it. It's not like I don't think she's great. She was amazing. But there's so many I like. This girl's got amazing chops, though. She definitely does. Fuck, I was working. Oisín picks all the stunning women and why not? She's fit and can sing. What's not to like? Indeed. You got to put the hook in the river, though, my friends. Legend stream. Yeah, it's pretty great. I'm here in the pub. You're all wish you were here. We're having fun here, baby. I will download it. Premium, baby. Oh, that's true. You can download that stuff. Ush saw the angle and took her to the band. Yeah. Smart. Was a very, very smart move. Easy must have me blocked for some reason. I don't see him in the chat. What? Easy doesn't block Travis of all people. Nobody blocks Travis. They would make a lovely cut. One could dream. One could only dream, she's not, as far as I can tell, she's not crazy. She lives in Berlin though, but she's Italian though. She's living in Berlin. Oh, I wonder if she's friends with Rufus Wainwright, because Rufus Wainwright's husband, Jorn, is the director of the Berlin Opera. Wouldn't that be interesting? Next thing you know, she's going to be duetting with Rufus Wainwright, who writes operas. Wow. Gabri, AED 100. Thank you so much. And Mork will come on strong because he's a king. Yes, Gabri, he is a king, and we love him. Absolutely love him. Thank you very much for that. Big bang, giant boom for that. Let's go with Gong Woman 2. That's so annoying that sometimes that glitch happens where I can't hear it. I like hearing the big bang booms, Joe LaFaro, I agree with you. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's the gay mafia, Joe. The gay mafia, because she's troubled, and the gays love the all the hardship stories and all the tragedy and all the drama and all that stuff. And she's got a much better backstory than, say, Beverly Sills or Leontine Price or Joan Sutherland or Montserrat Caballé or, in Diana Dammer or whatever. You got Kathleen Battle. She's got a bad story because she a biatch. And she got thrown out of the Met, as so many do, because it's just, they're not going to put up with that shit. Maybe La Scala will put up with that. But Callis, she had a certain kind of thickness in horses because she was a mezzo. She was there at a time when all of the mezzos were extending their ranges, which can be done with lots of training. It's not that you can't hit those notes, but does it fall in your tessitura? Is it in your natural tessitura? And it is likely not. And what that does is, over time, creates friction, creates glottal problems, and it just, creates problems, It's the gay mafia. It's a gay mafia. That's what happened. You want a diva, you want a career as an opera diva, you just gotta have tons and tons of gay mafiosi all over your shit, helping you out with all your crap. That's what you got to do. Because the gays will keep you like, say one bad thing about Christina Aguilera or Jennifer Hudson, and you'll see like queen. She the queen. The defense, the gay mafia comes out of nowhere and starts ripping people to shreds. I made a comment about Christina Aguilera because she's like, oh yeah. She over bumblebees everything. Sounds like a gnat after a while. Great instrument, terrible singer, amazing instrument, top level instrument. But does she take a song and take you where you want that song to go? No, because she's overindulging, over melismatic, and all of that, nonsensical shit that just nobody needs in it. And if you listen to the 1974 Orange version of Casta Diva by Montserrat Caballé, the great Spanish coloratura, it is beyond perfection. Her pianissimo is impossible. The amount of air that she gets, and the way it's just, and Casta Diva is just, Bellini. My God. Oh my God. Let's give you a big bang boom for that, Joey, for the gay mafia. I got to come up with a gay mafia big bang boom. Wouldn't that be funny? But let's do some monks, because, wonder why that I can't hear that, but you can. It's very, very interesting. What? I don't block anymore? I'm wrenchless. Are you wrenchless? You're not wrenchless, are you? How does that work? I don't know. You know me. I just learned how to do that the other day. And I gave out a couple of Easy. He doesn't have a wrench. Hold on. 1 goddamn seconds. Let me switch this over to switch account. View all accounts. Oh, that's not good. Oh boy. I gotta go to Safari. One moment, please, for an operator that can assist you. Paul is on the phone talking to his dad really freaking loud. Okay, so I want to go to iBashers. Where is it? Oh, I'm in the wrong keyboard. Hold on. All right, this is it live. Let me go find you, Easy E. Hold on. The wrong keyboard. Hold on. I got too many computers here. Easy E. Add is not rare. Boom. There you go. You're wrenched, bitch. You're all wrenched out. I mean, you were like one of the very first. Dirk, I so want to be home. I can't explain. Great white shark predator on a whale in the Irish waters. What does that mean exactly there, Ray? Raphael? Please let us know. Mart says, what you guys drinking tonight? Beers or shorts? I'm not drinking anything. If the guy showed up tonight and we did the usual longer show, I probably would have cracked something open. But because I had such a Sumi Joe. Oh yeah, Sumi Joe, baby. You know that. It's possible to accidentally block someone when highlighting a comment. It's so, Travis, it has happened so many times. I cannot tell you. 99.9% of the time when you go to hit that person and say block that person, the chat moves and you block somebody you had no intention to do. And it's happens. So it could. And I hope it didn't happen for you, my friend. I hope it didn't. Hey, Carlos, I should be going to bed. I have to work early, but don't go to bed. The block report shows up when you touch a comment. Yeah, it does. Like Travis is the last one right here. Now, if I decided to hit those, like if I hit it right now and hit the 3 dots, it says delete comment, put user in timeout, or ban user and delete their comments. If I went to go do that and it moved up one, I would be hitting the next person by accident. Not that I would ever do that to you, ever. I would never do that to you. Anyway, that would be just not the nicest thing to do. Mart, get fucked. It's the first possible great white shark. Oh, you really have great whites there? Is that right? I don't know. Gabri. Don't cut the show short. Show must go on. We will drink with you. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll go. I don't have any ice though. Hold on a second. You know what I'll do? One moment, please. Hold on. History. Let's go back to that. I'll go get a drink and I'll hold on. I'll put that back on for you guys, okay? I'll be right back. like that little trick. Beautiful. I figured I'd give you some entertainment while I went. You know what? I'm going to open up a bottle of wine. I've got this beautiful bottle of Valpolicella. It's Mazi 2024. And I've got my Fergal opener, and I'll open it up. So, yeah, we'll have a drink. And, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I like how she did that at the end. Usually it's a Fructus ventris tui, Jesu. And she paused, and it came afterwards, which was very unique. I've never heard anybody do that. I think she was ad-libbing because she obviously was, probably had a couple of drinks in her. And the weird version that I know that I sing at everybody's funerals is always the Pavarotti version that is half in Latin and half in Italian. And that just happens to be the one that I know. Of course, I'd have to consult with Nathaniel Hannon if I wanted to do a fully Latin thing, but Italian sings better. There's a lot of mulieribus et benedictum, a lot of that weird stuff in there. But anyway, let's open this up. Add this on its side so it should be nice and moist. Boom. Valpolicella is a very light one. Cheers, Basharoonies. We're having an Oisín free night because maybe he's starting a brand new romance. That would be nice. I would be all down for that. This is very light colored and quite beautiful. But cheers, Bashers. Cheers. Here it goes. There you go. We'll have a glass. Ooh, that's new. That's very new. Okay, so where were we? Oh, it's Capri with another $100. She was so witty, feisty, and intelligent. Oisín was gobsmacked. Sure, an opera singer. He could argue with her. Just great chemistry, jokes, and laughter. A brilliant cut. Yeah, that I would be chuffed beyond belief for him to have a lady love that was in the arts, that's smart and fun and feisty and Italian. Nice. I'll put away my implement, my beautiful set from Fergal, my Le Creuset. Nice. Here it is. There you go. It's Valpolicella, so it's you should be sitting outside in a piazza somewhere because it's light. Gabri, thank you so much. 100 AED. Woohoo! Woohoo! Let's give you a big bang boom, giant bang boom. What did I miss in the chatter? Chitter chatter. It's possible to accidentally block someone when highlighting a comment. Very, very, very easy. Very true. Oh dear. I promise I'm told by the Dirky verse laws, always cheers. Always cheers. Don't pour a glass and not cheers unless you're alone. It's very, very bad to do. You don't have to have a wrench to block someone from the feed. Yeah, it's very true. Bravo. Yeah, why not? Let's just do that. I hope I don't get in trouble for that. You think drink is important? What's going on with you, Ray? You're very feisty. Talk about feisty. Jesus. If you go to your Google account, then to people and sharing it will. Yes. Yeah. That's why I had to unblock Conair recently because I didn't know that Oisín must have blocked him. Or he got blocked accidentally, as did several folks, I'm sure, because there'd be no reason under the sun to block him. You think panel power is blocked too, and why would panel power be blocked? It's funny. I'm watching the cameras. I'm in Rose's joint, and I was building her after the bank shebang, I was building her a new patio set for her backyard, and the mosquitoes started ravaging me. So I said I'll finish it tomorrow. But I had just done her laundry, and I put out some nice fresh things, and she's changed her entire outfit. See here what I had on there today. Cheers, Gabri. Cheers to you. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Cheers to you. I'm sorry, I'm not in a. That is whoa. That is not what I thought it was. That needs to chill for a while. Cheers, all. Have a good drink. Having a see me cab. Nice. She's an alpha female for sure. Certainly my type. Oh, you like those alpha females, do you, Travie boy? You have no drinks left. Oh no. There used to be a service. What was it called? And I used it in Italy to send beer to my neighbor because she was taking care of Laverne when I was gone. Drizzly, and it was a great service. And they went out of business. I'm like, how in the world could an alcohol delivery business go out? How could that go out? It was a colossal failure, you know? I don't know how that could be. Easy says, I'm smitten already by her sorry. Well, I think the whole world, the whole Bashardom and O'Malleydom is smitten. Listen, who doesn't want Ush to settle down and find the right woman? I mean, says the guy that's been in a relationship for 36 years. I mean, like I wouldn't know how to be single, and I wouldn't want to be. It's so much nicer to share, meals and wine and experiences and travel and laughs more than anything with somebody else. It's so much more fun, I felt ever so slightly inferior watching her, a higher class, charming, cultured person. I could go on. I jumped. Hey man, she got it going on. All right, easy Cabernet Sauvignon red wine, nice. Hey, Mike Sawtell, buy yourself another bottle. Glad you. Thank you, Mike Sawtell. You're on fire, man. Look at that handsome mug on this guy. Corvette Central, the Corvette porn. Was just like, oh God, I was just dreaming about Corvettes for so long. And I feel so stupid that I have a 63 split window on my desk and not a 68 to 72, which is my favorite. Whatever. Thank you, Mike Sawtell. Let's give you a giant bang, bang, bing, bang, boomy, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Let's give you Gong Woman 1. Thank you so much, Mike Sawtell. And Gabri with another 100 AED. You're on fire. You're on the super chat fire tonight. Dirk, here's to your speedy recovery. Thank you so much. I shouldn't be drinking, but I am. Funnily enough, I got over COVID 3 weeks ago myself. It's still a thing, but we are made of iron, steel, and cheers, bro. Yeah, man. I was talking to my neighbor, Andy, about the COVID, and I was like, I've had it. This is the 4th time I've had it, and I was always vaccinated, and I always felt like I just breezed through it. This really hit me kind of rough, man. It was, and then we both were agonizing over this very strange pain in our upper back. And he said he had it, and I was like, thank God, because I was like, oh shit, is there something else going on that I don't know about? But he said he had the exact same pain. So Gabri, thank you so much for instigating me drinking alcohol while I've just gotten over COVID. DG wants to know, is someone fooling around with the blockings? Nah, no, you can't do that on this show. It's not really possible. Not really. Dean, once it breathes, it's delish. Yeah, this is listen, this is Valpolicella, and it's Classico, which I generally like, but it's very young. It's 2024, so this is going to be a while. And I didn't use my my Scotty Love glasses. I just used my regular old my Cabernet glasses, because I knew that this particular wine wasn't in league with the beautiful Riedels that he gave me. I do have an unbelievable bottle of Pauillac in there, but I wasn't going to crack that open because I was like, I also don't know how much of it I can enjoy right now, because I still have a little bit of congestion and stuff going on in there. And, I also want to save my palate for for Italia, which is a week and a half away. It's literally today, it's a week and a half away. Crazy for me to actually believe that. I only brought it up because I like Easy and miss his comment. I know. Don't you miss it, Travis? I know, right? Because how long has it been since we've actually had him in the show? Couple of guys, couple of the original Basheroonies. I mean, Dino, thank you for always being here for all of that. I mean, it's just your legend. But Easy E's like from the very, very get-go, and I've actually hung out with Easy, and we've had coffee and wore each other's watches and did all that stuff. And it was fantastic. And he's just such a busy beaver. We never get to have one of the original. And he's really seriously one of the original Basher from hell. So it is great to have him in the room. And I agree. If you breathe too hard, there's a possibility Oisín may block you. Yeah, right. All you have to do is just say how much you love Israel. You're out. Upvote if you can. That's all you have to do. I saw him talking about Roger Waters right before she opened up her mouth and started singing Ave Maria. I have a very big bone to pick with Roger Waters right now. And that is him going after Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, Roger, listen, I have agreed with you on so many political things. And, I don't let a lot of the, curmudgeon-y shit get to me. But for him to go after Ozzy Osbourne, Ozzy was beloved by everybody. Everyone loved him. And his son, Jack, went to town on Roger Waters and called him an irrelevant old fart. And you know what? Listen, David Gilmour's not talking to him anymore. And I know Roger is not an anti-Semite. He's just an anti-Zionist. I understand that. You and a lot of people understand that. It's very easy to call somebody a name that doesn't apply because it has weight and gravity, and I get that. But Roger, don't go after Ozzy Osbourne, man, and say that he lived a life of idiocy and Black Sabbath was crap because you're from Pink Floyd. You're kind of a shitty bass player. You're a genius lyric writer. You're a very average bass player, and now you lip sync when you play live, Roger. If you really want to get down to brass tacks, Ozzy Osbourne sounded like shite, but he was singing live at his performance, and he was, a week away from death. A week later, he was dead. I don't get Roger sometimes. And listen, I've defended him more times than I haven't. And I just think it's enough is enough. I think he deserves everybody to give him everybody needs to take a big dump on him right now. It's just such bullshit. It's just totally not right for him to have done that to Ozzy Osbourne. I can't see why Oisín hasn't joined the chats. The man's got better things to say. Yeah, well, you don't know that. Do you like? I didn't get to watch the whole thing. Was there chemistry? With their sparks flying? Were there? I mean, he's got some age on her. He's definitely probably 20 years older than her, right? How old is she? About 28, 29, 30? Yeah. Imagine Ush and Polina come on and then she could do mini operas for super chats. Well, wouldn't that be amazing? I'd ask her to sing Casta Diva. Actually, I wouldn't. I wouldn't ask anybody to sing that. It's not fair because it requires I don't know her. I mean, I can tell from her vocal range that she sounds like a mezzo. But that particular thing, you need some serious stuff, I sound great. I don't know if I sound great, but I can always belt though. I can always go, ah! I can always do that because I learned how to breathe and keep my chords apart. I was taught that I took opera voice lessons for 15 years with an amazing guy named Marty Lawrence, who taught a lot of famous people. And his son Don teaches Gaga, because after Marty died, Don took over. I think I told this funny story, right? It's really interesting. So Don Lawrence is probably the biggest voice teacher in New York for sure. Maybe in America. I mean, the most prestigious guy you can get. And his father was my voice teacher, who did Melissa Manchester and Tony Harnell and Jolyn Turner and forget tons of people. My nephew is an incredible instrumentalist, guitar, piano, songwriter, everything. The only thing he was, not really The only thing he was lacking in was vocal prowess. So my sister asked me about Don Lawrence, and I said, you can't get him. You can't get him. There's no way you can get him because he's Gaga's guy. He goes on the road with Lady Gaga. And it's impossible to get him. He's a big superstar. She calls his number and he picks up the phone. And my sister, who's unbelievable and the raconteur extraordinaire, starts telling, and he goes, well, I'm really doing this. And she goes, my brother studied with your father for years. And he's like, who's your brother? And she goes, Dirk Kennedy. And he goes, oh, shit. He's like, okay, Thursday at 9. He goes, your legacy. I can't turn down legacy. And I thought that was so honorable and so sweet. I mean, well, I haven't studied with him since the 90s. It was so long ago. He was an old man then. He probably died in 2002, 2001. Anyway, he got in there, and now he sings like he got the technique. It's incredible. She sounds fantastic, though. Really spectacular. I don't see Travis in the chat. Listen, guys, this is the iBashers Network, and nobody is blocked here. Nobody's blocked here. I can go. Let me go to YouTube. I have the other channel open right now. I do have it open. Okay, I am in there. Oh, wait a second. Wait a minute. God damn it, you. Damn it. Hey, where did the people go? I lost 10 people. I opened up a bottle of wine. I was going to close the show down. Come on, people. Come on, people. Okay, let's go to YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio. Hold on. I'm going to go to settings, moderator, community moderation. That's never where it's got to go. I got to go to permissions. Should I always do the wrong thing here? General. No. Okay, so that's wrong. Cancel. Is it? Okay, I didn't do anything. So community. Is it community? No. It is settings for sure. And it is community moderation. User management. That's what it is. Okay, so who's blocked? Not very many people. Who's blocked here is Blondie, for obvious reasons. Elo, we're doing it in Babylon, Carbon Cow, Elijah, Free Wanson, Edoc, DC, Chelsea, DMD, Turge Fed, Nose Ring Theory, Blondie again, Doc, Mick in Florida, and B. Those are the only people, and I didn't block any of those people. Just so you know, I blocked none of them. And, for obvious reasons, and Blondie said some mean things about me. And I always ever said nice things about her. I don't know why. I associate collateral damage. Whatevs. Doesn't really matter. But that's who's blocked. You should see each other in the chat. I think it's more like a father-daughter relationship between Oisín and Paulina. Some flirting, yes, but no romance, I think. You don't know Oisín. He is, listen, she's gorgeous and she's an artist and she's smart. And if she's feisty, if she's got any bit of spirity fight in her, then he's gobsmacked because he loves a fiery lady. He loves it. Yeah. Because you have to be a fiery lady to be with a guy like him, right? Because he's super alpha. You need that. You need that. He doesn't want. It's like going after like a mealy mouth guy. It's not attractive. Like a woman wants a guy that's gonna envelop her and protect her. Even though they might have lots of feminist traits and all that stuff, and that's all great. But you do want a man, right? He likes a fiery girl, and she fits the bill. And that would be terrific. Don't be a stranger, be a basher, says Dino. Dirk, don't you think Rogers had a point that Ozzy was basically a bit of a head case, even though there was no need to say anything? No, I don't, John. I don't. I think Ozzy was, he was a drug addict, and he was an alcohol. He had suffered from addiction. Why doesn't he say terrible things about Syd Barrett? He's only Syd Barrett played on one Pink Floyd record. And people exalt that guy as if he's some kind of god. He barely made a dent on the music scene. It's not, if it were not for the fact that they kept talking about him, about how great he was, and his legend grew. Ozzy made all these amazing Black Sabbath records. Hey, if he just made the first one, would have been amazing. And then, of course, his solo career. Yeah, he had some problems. Was he a head case? No, but he's got a history of being like, everyone loves him. Everyone from George Michael was friends with him, and Brian May and Roger Taylor, and he was friends with the royal family. Everybody adored him as a person because he was such a sweet, sweet guy. Do I approve of him biting the heads off of doves and bats? No, I don't. But like Bill Cosby comedy, or I'm generally able to look the other way unless they do something. And they were mostly dead, right? It's not something. Any kind of abuse of animals is not my thing. And he loved animals, which is the ironic part. They always had tons of pets, and even Sharon, I've got a soft spot for, even though she's abrasive and acerbic. She came from a really terrible place, and her father was a very, very bad guy, and she really had to figure a way to get the hell out of there. She really did. Now, when it came to the music, I'm a Dio guy. I'm not an Ozzy guy. Like, do I love Black Sabbath or Ozzy Osbourne? Sure, but I'll take the Dio Sabbath any day over it because that's more in my wheelhouse. That's the music that changed my life. But I'd be a fool to not acknowledge the fact that he did that. Now, I feel the same way about Pink Floyd. I think Pink Floyd were those four guys, because I think the Syd Barrett thing is ridiculous. I don't get it at all. I mean, they liked him and they thought he was a genius back then. That music that they made with him was not great. It was all right. It wasn't Dark Side of the Moon. It wasn't The Wall. It wasn't Wish You Were Here. It wasn't Animals. It wasn't even The Final Cut, which is a record I love. It's one of my favorite Pink Floyd records. But yeah, I just think it was disgraceful. He had just died, and his family and the world were mourning him. So is it ever appropriate to badmouth somebody who just recently died? Unless it's Ted Bundy or, some kind of serial killer or bad person. Ozzy was not a bad person, so I don't know. Things are calming down with the garden. Winter's coming. Yeah, we exchanged basil shots, and mine's looking pretty sad. Joe LaFaro, if he's not here, he's busy. Making time with new girlfriend. Listen, I forgive you, Oisín, for not even texting me, not even saying, "Hey, Dirk, I've got ambitions. I can't make it tonight." This is the first no show ever on iBashers, but that's okay, baby. I wish you the best of luck, my friend. I wish you the best of luck. And I hope she's a keeper, because she's freaking amazing. Everything about it. I'm not gonna depreciate it by just talking about the base value of how attractive she is. She seems like an attractive woman. She seems like a very, very interesting person to get to know. And that's way more important. Listen, looks fade, all of that sexual attraction, pheromones and all that stuff, that's a fleeting instant, and it goes nowhere unless you can find common ground. And it doesn't really matter. Like, we're all attracted to people that we're attracted to on a very basic instinct, and that's cool. But that stuff is so fleeting, look at Polina Porizkova and Rico Kasich, right? One of the most beautiful women ever in the history of the world, and one of, if not the ugliest man that has ever walked the earth. But somehow they were married for 30 years, and then he cut her out of his will, which is crazy. And she gave up her modeling career to raise their children. Very odd, man. Very, very crazy stuff. You're looking very pixelated. Am I? What happened? Am I looking pixelated? Still? I'm way back. I'm probably way beyond the thing, right? Way beyond there. Dirk, you're a great singer. Is your band CD for sale? I would love your autograph. Stop it. Thank you very much. Yeah, just do me a favor. Basherdirk@gmail.com. That's basherdirk@gmail.com. I'll mail you one. I'm not famous, except in Germany and Greece. The only place I've ever been famous, which is fine. When I was young, I wanted to be rich and famous. Now I just want to be rich. No interest in being famous whatsoever at all. Let's see. What else we got here? Someone is fooling around with their blocks. Maybe. I see Travis. And of course I see Travis in the chat. How do you? First of all, not see Travis's amazing thumbnail. Look at that thumbnail. Look at that. You know what? Can I just say this? That's what a man's wrist looks like. I mean, I wish my wrist looked like that. Look at that. He's got a big, thick, hairy wrist with like slightly vascular hand. That's like when you see a picture of a man's hand, that's what it looks like. You know, I feel like you know, like I feel like the guy in the Charles Atlas ad. I mean, that's what you want to look like with a sub. Or is that a deep sea? Which one is that? Can't tell. It's so small. I can never tell the difference off the top of my head. But I think it's a sea dweller, right? Is that a sea dweller or a sub? I just saw we're having Travis eyes. Blondie, come back. Yeah, I mean, listen, that was from those, you know, those shows way back when she went to Venice and you know the kerfuffle began, and it just, you know, emotions make people do stupid stuff and say stupid stuff, especially if you've been drinking. And he tried to keep it classy for as long as he could, but you know, it's like a Real Housewives thing. You know, he just started throwing drinks at people. Yeah, you know, whatever. I mean, cheers. And listen, Brendan Boswell has a lifetime block. Well, he will have. Somebody's ringing our bell at 7:37 at night. Hold the phone, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, hold on. Well, why is this mouse not responding? Wow, why are you not working for me? There it goes. Okay. Somebody rang my bell at 7:38 at night. What could they want? Brendan Boswell's lifetime block. A lifetime block on here? Oh, he left. Oh, right. You don't like him, right? I mean, I don't know him. I know nothing about him. Cheers, Dino. Cheers to you, Easy. Sid is over it. Yeah. Hey, Sergio. Welcome to the show, Sergio. It's great to have you here. See, you absolutely adore Sid Barrett. I don't know why though. What did he do? Piper at the gates of dawn. That's it, man. I mean, he really didn't do anything else. It's mythology. There's no body of work there. It's just like you know. I'm not saying that he wasn't great and he wouldn't have gone on to great stuff. I also, when people devolve into like, you know, the abyss of psychedelic drug addiction and all that stuff, I start to lose a little bit of patience with them. Because I hate, like Amy Winehouse, you know. Why did she deprive the world of the rest of her career? Fuck, it's just so not fair. Because I feel like in my lifetime, hold on one second. Was that for us? No. Weird.
Rafi's girlfriend.
Oh, Rafi's girlfriend. I just feel like at this point in the game, like Amy Winehouse was the Billie Holiday of our lifetime, and she was about to give us some of the greatest music we could have ever experienced in the world, and it was cut short because nobody loved her. And I've said this before. Her mother is, you know, she's half in the bag, you know, and I don't mean alcohol. She's just not. She's one wave short of a shipwreck. Her father is a social climber, and her brother is non-existent. Who loved her? People used her, and they allowed her to die. And she was, in my humble opinion, one of the most. We'd have no Adeles or Jessie J, and none of that would exist without Amy Winehouse. She was the most unbelievable artist to come out in my lifetime. The most original thing I've ever seen in my life. Magical, mystical, amazing thing. Sid Barrett, if we had more time with him, he did a solo record, right? I've never heard it. I don't know. I think that they did okay without Sid, you know. Yeah, but you love Sid. Okay, that's fine. I understand what you said. Andrew Wolkowicz, weird. Maybe it's YouTube. I never could have blocked anyone as I never. You have a wrench now, baby. Dirk, my bank card hacked. Like, that's okay, baby, sweetheart. I don't need your money. I just need your love. I just need your love and affection. It's okay, right. Okay. You know what? You know what? Don't want anybody to hack your cards. Go home, make sure you're safe, and make sure the bed bugs don't bite. Okay. And yeah, it doesn't really matter. Like, listen, you super chat. Listen, it's not pay to play here on iBashers. Any level of support, upvote or any of that stuff that anybody could do is greatly appreciated. And when you can, you can, and when you can't, you can, and it's understandable. Listen, everybody's got bills to pay, and you got a card that got hacked, and that's fine. You need a refill? I was gonna say, it's tangy, huh?
Yes.
This is certainly not in our wheelhouse. It's very, very acidic, and it's mozzie too.
That's it. Yeah, it's good though. Once you adjust.
Well, any alcohol you drink after like 20 minutes, you're like, this is okay. Doesn't matter what it is at the end of the day. Like, I was drinking whiskey last Friday. I'm like, this is okay. I don't drink whiskey. Never drank whiskey in my life, ever. Yeah. Cancel your card, as Dean says. Cancel your card. Patricia Teague, except for the dark hair, she's his type. She definitely seemed to be confident and not afraid to challenge him. Patricia. He lives for that. My God. And he needs that. 100%. He needs a woman to challenge him. He doesn't want a doormat gal. He wants a girl with fire in her eyes, 100%. And she sounds like she. I don't think. Yeah, he does like the blonde Barbie dolls. He does. He goes for them. But but that's just superficial, right? Where's Oisín? Where in the world is Oisín O'Malley? Hold on. Got to come up with a theme song. Right? Do I have a pick around here? Where in the world is the? I'm in tune. Let's where in the world is Oisín O'Malley? Where in the world is Oisín O'Malley? Where in the world is Oisín O'Malley? Hope he's having a good old time. Meeting a person, sharing dreams, thoughts, aspirations, taste, and all of those great things. The two-headed beast is not necessary. That is something that can happen at a later date or not at all. Because sometimes just making a connection with somebody is more important. Polina's part Russian, part Italian, spoke a little Russian. Ooh. You're making it so more delicious. It's YouTube general blocking feature. You don't block on the channel. You block. Yeah, you block one-to-one. He should have took the time to text you. That's it. I'd forgive him. You listen. You know what? Listen, that's how we roll. We're not married. We're like an old married couple, but I already am married. I don't need two wives. You can make it or you can't. And what am I supposed to do? I'm so happy for you right now. If there's bloom on the rose, I'm very, very happy for you. That would be absolutely 100% wonderful. Andrew Ogowitz with $5 on behalf of Ray. Best wishes for all of us. Upvote and subscribe. Oh, thank you so much, beautiful one. I gave you a different one because, just to break it up. And Handsome Joe, I'll second that, Andrew, on behalf of Ray. Hey, Ray, just cancel that card, will you? Could you just cancel that card immediately? Because we don't want anybody to go crazy. My hair got nuts, right? I had shaved my head, a month and a half ago? My hair grows really crazy fast. And it's not glue on like the hate streams want you to believe. I mean, they think it's fine. I think that's really cute and clever and funny. Because I found the comedy, man. I finally found the comedy. It took me a while. I was like, don't say mean things about me. Yeah. Whatever. Anybody ever see The Real Housewives of Disney? when it's the funniest shit. It's on Saturday Night Live, and instead of like the Real Housewives, it's all the Disney characters. And Kristen Wiig is in there. She's a drunk. She's Cinderella, and she's like, whatever. And she's married to Prince Charming, and he's so gay. And he goes, "Hello, ladies," and she goes, "Shh, never marry a guy who's really into shoes." There's some very, very funny shit on there. It's Handsome Joe LaFaro. Handsome Joe. Some funny shit. Ray says, on Dirk Show Live, say it again. Cunt. I say it all the time. Cunt. Sid inspired better art than he made. That's probably true. Okay. Sergio, you're coming on like, who are you, Sergio Meza? You're coming on like a house on fire, and I think you're 100% correct. He inspired better art than he made because he didn't really have a chance to make much. And you know that story about Wish You Were Here? Apparently, he walked into the studio when they were making that, and no one had a clue who the guy was. And then they were like, it's Sid. And they happened to be, because Roger's obsessed with Sid. Obsessed with him because, you know, he's a writer, and I think he thinks that he'll never ever be on par with that level. I think Roger is a very insecure guy with a big mouth that says a lot of stuff that I think it has merit, but I think he also is insecure enough to make some foibles the way he has. And I think he looks at Sid as the great maestro that wasn't, that should have been. And that's a beautiful, reverent thing. Like, you know, listen, I'm not in anybody's league of any kind of importance, but I've always really kind of understood where I fall on the food chain, you know? And in the beginning, I might not have been like, it took me forever. I joined this band, and I was young. I was very young. I was 18 when I joined Hitman, but I had already played with Anthrax, and they were nobody yet, but they became somebody famous. And they were not playing the shit that they played now. But it took me like a good 2 years before they allowed me to write. And I always had an incredible admiration for my guitar player, Jimmy, because he's such a well-rounded musician and such a great songwriter and a great lyricist as well. And I was in a band that everybody pretty much wrote, which I like. And I always used to say, does anybody want to sing the song? Because I can play too. I'll play rhythm guitar, I'll play piano, whatever, and I got better as I got along, as we went along. But I always kind of knew where I fell on the food chain. And if somebody's got a great part or a great vocal or a great idea, you should always nurture that. Because you know what? I've done a solo record, and I would never do another one. Never, ever again, because I love collaborating with people. And I love working with people who I think are so much better than me, because there's lots of people better. And, I know a couple of people that just think that they're God's gift to the world, like artistically. And while I might agree on some level for some of them, I just can't imagine how anybody could buy their own press that way. I just don't get it. I mean, there's always room for improvement for no matter who you are. I don't care if you're the most beautiful girl, most handsome guy. That's why I find the John Hamm thing, Paul doesn't get it at all, but how self-deprecating he is. And I think it's because he's so talented and so beautiful, and he figures he really needs to be ugly and stupid for a while and make fun of himself, And Paul doesn't get that part, but I'm like, when you look like that and you're a great actor, because he doesn't think he's funny. I think he's very, very funny. But yeah, it's a crazy, crazy thing, It's a crazy thing. Hey, DLWC, look, I love all the woodwork today. This was fun to do an extra, do some Oisín-less shit. Take off more. Glad you're feeling better. I had COVID in June and it took forever. Yeah. Listen, I'm drinking alcohol and I should not be, because, I just tested negative on Wednesday night. And, I still have a couple of things going on there, but I had a really rough day. And then I got on the bashes, and then Oisín didn't show up. And I was like, and then the gang was like, you should just do, and fuck it. and I have Italy in a week and a half, and I don't want to be sick. You know how many times I've been sick on vacation? Twice in Italy. First time I ever got to Rome, I hated Rome. Hated every single millisecond of Rome. Why did I? And you know what we did? Private tour of the Vatican. Where did we stay? At some, I don't even remember the name of the hotel, but it was just not, it was in the Borghese Gardens. It wasn't the Hassler. I wish it was. It wasn't. We did all like Goldman Sachs shit. It was fucking amazing. And we had like all these deals, and I hated it. I was miserable because I was sick. And then I was also sick the maybe the fourth time I went to Rome, and it took me until the last time I was in Rome to go, you know what? I really like this town, because I was sick every time I went there. And you know what? COVID is no joke, man. DLWC, what does that mean? Delicious, luxurious, wonderful, and calamitous. I don't know. Great to have you on the show then, man. Thank you very, very much for that. Travis, $10. Your true gift is the ability to interact so well with the chat. Oh, come on now. Do you know what? That's very sweet of you to say, and I'm grateful for that. And I'm Irish, so you know we like to talk. I always said I could talk off a meat truck, but Johnny from my band, Hitman, who's my best friend in the band, he's like literally the best friend. If I got arrested, I would call John. That's for sure. I should call Oisín, but he's in Italy, so it won't work. But I would call John, because John would come with a bag of money and a file. And but he goes, Dirk, man. He talks like this, you know, he's from Queens. He's always smoking. Dirk, I don't know how you keep talking for all that time. It's crazy. Like, you read this shit and then you talk like an hour on somebody's chat. It's fucked up. How do you do that? I love you, Johnny. It's my impersonation of you, but I love you. It's funny. Best drunk ever, Jack Sparrow, Dudley Moore. Dudley Moore, 100% best drunk ever in the history of drunks. Don't you just hate Barry's wife? Don't you just hate Barry's wife? That's the best line ever. Don't you just hate Barry's wife? Dudley Moore, because he was a genius and a musical genius and a concert level classical pianist. Concert level. That guy was, I mean, could sit in with any orchestra, and his repertoire was Rachmaninoff, Bartok, you name it. The guy was incredible. And probably one of the funny. Arthur is one of the greatest movies ever made in the history of the world. As a matter of fact, I feel like watching it tonight after the show, because what a show. What an amazing movie. If you've not seen Arthur, it's Dudley Moore, Liza Minnelli, and Sir John Gielgud, and it is one of the funniest movies ever made. And John Gielgud walks into Liza Minnelli's apartment. She lives in Queens with her father, and she's a hooker and a shoplifter, and he's rich, and he's on a stipend from his very rich family, and they want him to marry a girl that he doesn't want to marry because he falls in love with Liza Minnelli. And John Gielgud walks into their apartment and he says, "One usually needs to go to a bowling alley to meet a woman of her caliber." It's the greatest thing ever. Thank you very much for that. I'll give you a giant bang, boom, 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 boom. That's very sweet of you, Travis. And my camera. Do you still go to the theater to watch a movie? Oh boy, here you go. The movie you're interested in, Daniel Day-Lewis and Son have one coming out. I know, I watched the trailer, and yeah, he's ridiculous. And Del Toro, Frankenstein are two I'll be watching. Mike Hammer. What do I say? I have not been in a movie theater since Avatar, which was, in my humble opinion, maybe one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life. And I don't dislike James Cameron. The Abyss is one of my favorite movies ever. And I love Aliens. I just thought Avatar was lazy schlock, and I hated it. But I went to see Avatar, and we brought home bed bugs. Not only did I bring home bed bugs, but my drummer at the time and his wife, they brought home bed bugs from the Regal IMAX Theater on 42nd Street in New York City. And I have never been able to darken a movie theater ever since, because of I brought bed bugs home, and they never got to my bed. They were in my couch, and there were only 16 bed bugs in all, and I caught them all with a piece of tape, and I would just sit there vigilant. Actually, I used Paul as bait. He would fall asleep on the couch, and they're attracted to your CO2 emissions, and I would just sit there with tape and catch them all. And then we had the guy came in with the dog Roscoe, and they said, you don't have any more bed bugs. But I've never been so skeeved out in my entire life. It was hideous. Would I love to go to this? And do I love the cinematic experience more than anything in the world? I would love to go, and I probably could now. I just think they should bring DDT back, because I'm gonna go. Here's what I'm gonna do. My camera. Are you ready for this? So Mimi RW, as you guys all know, my oldest girl, my oldest girlfriend in the whole wide world. We're gonna go to Las Vegas after I get back from after Italy. My Paul and my father-in-law and I are going to Stockholm because it's his dream. He wants to go, and he's got friends there. So we're all gonna go in October. We're gonna go in mid-October. We haven't booked it yet. We're gonna go to Sweden. We're gonna go to Stockholm. I've never been. And after that, Meme and I are going to go to Las Vegas. We're going to see the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere. So that will be my first dipping of the toe in the water. And I'll film a bunch of that shit for the channel, because Wizard of Oz is my favorite movie of all time. That and Sunset Boulevard. And from what I can see, what they've done with all the AI, Google's AI is apparently better than our AI and all the AI we know about. And apparently what they've done is they've filled in the gaps. So if, like, because that film was shot in Technicolor, so they were able to pull the 6:4 off and make it 16:9, but you still needed more stuff. So because those are frames, what they basically did was that film was not shot, in that 4:6. That's just how they projected it. So it was shot wider than that. So that will be out. And what they did was they filled it in with AI. Apparently, it looks spectacular. So I'm gonna dip my toe in the water that way. I'm gonna do that. And thank you so much, my camera on fire. Joe LaFaro for Roscoe. Hey, Roscoe, where's Roscoe? He's working, Joe. Hey, where's Roscoe? He's working, Joe. For Roscoe and DDT. I know, right? Unbelievable. They should just bring that shit back. Listen, more people are dying from cancer now than they did in the 50s. Everybody was chain smoking Chesterfields. Tea for taste, tea for throat. 4 out of 5 doctors recommend Camel. I mean, think about it. Like, more people right now are dying from cancer than they ever were before, with all the stuff we got. And if they're not, like, I'll never forget, I had a beautiful cousin named Donna, and she came down with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And she wound up dying. People don't die from that now, but she died from that because they irradiated the living fuck out of her. She was astonishingly beautiful. Irish and Czech. Beautiful. We went to her wedding. She was such a young, beautiful, amazing woman, and it just destroys my soul for that she died so early. But I mean, it's crazy. People died from I'm buzzed now. I have a little buzz. More people, everybody's dying from cancer. Dudley, a great talent, genius, man. I could bring you a cannoli with the file in it. You know what Paul always says whenever he sees that? He goes, I could bring you a canolo. 2 things drive him nuts is the I and the O. Because, Americans, I know you're not of that ilk because you're a real Italian. But people like, you want a cannoli? He goes, no, I'll just take a canolo. I didn't know what that meant because I'm a fucking stupid Mick. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I is plural. It's like the big one that drives him bananas is, goes, I'm going to go get a panini. He goes, you must be hungry. Because that means more than one. A panino is a sandwich, and a panini is 2 sandwiches or more, plural sandwiches. Dudley Moore is a genius, an absolute genius, absolute mega genius. No doubt about it. I'll alert to me. Hey, I want to know more about you, DLWC, because you're pretty amazing. If you get caught between the moon and New York City, the best that you can do is fall in love. Not unless Dirk wants bedbugs to hitchhike back home. See, easy, you knew because I told him about that story. Avatar. Oh my God. Joe, are you insane? That's exactly Paul's quote. Oh my God. How the fuck did you? I can't believe you said that. He watched that movie and he goes, it was Dances with Wolves in Space. And it was such a garbage movie. I didn't see the second one because I don't care. And I also like James Cameron. He's made I love The Abyss is my favorite James Cameron movie. It's one of my, I love The Abyss. But I also have a super crush on Ed Harris. And Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio, she plays a bitch in the movie, and in real life, she's a super bitch. No one likes her because the guy that had the rat used to drink in my bar, and he's a big old queen, and he used to come in with all his gay boys. He used to be like, "Oh yeah, you should have heard that." Oh, he had nicknames for Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio. He used to say, he goes, her reputation is 1% of what an evil witch she is in real life. Because she could not have been meaner, or she's just such an angry, nasty person. Because he never really understood it. He said that, and there's a scene. Oh, here's a very interesting piece of trivia, which if you watch The Abyss, there's a scene where she's drowning, and it's a very good scene. She's a terrific actress, but she does a lot of takes because she's constantly bitching about stuff. There's a scene where this happens, where she's drowning, and you see this. Somebody cleans off the lens from the water. And the reason why that happened, I found out later on, is that she refused to do, he made her do so many takes. She goes, fuck you, find one and use it. And that's why that's in the movie. I said it probably would have been better since it was 1 millisecond if they just trimmed that out, because you could, if you watch that scene, you watch that movie, there is a scene where you actually see this happen. What was that, $300 million movie? I mean, it's insane. Joe, you are a legend. Jesus, not bedbugs. For most of my life, I saw The Wizard of Oz in black and white. The sphere looks like it would be amazing. Happy for you. Yeah, there's no way I can tell that. And plus, it's going to be I hate Las Vegas with all of my soul, but I'm going to go there with my friend. I'll be fine. He's right. One canola, right? We know that. To be honest, I read canola like oil. Canolo. It's the same story. It's the exact same story. I have so missed you guys. Just got my, oh, wow. What happened to your Wi-Fi? You should have called me. I'm like the Wi-Fi king. I could figure that shit out in 2 seconds flat. Unless something broke physically. Hi, Robbinsbird. Ladies of the Bash. Melly C. Robbinsbird. Patricia Teague. What other ladies are in the Bash right now? All the ladies of the Bash, make yourselves known right now so we can salute you all. Hey, Donald. Avatar is terrible. Where have you been all my life? We missed you, Donald. Where have you been? We missed that beautiful face. Avatar is terrible. It's garbage. Indigenous people invading more advanced population, and one of the invaders switches sides. Wow, 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 wow. And Dino says, hi, Donald. Great to see you. Yeah, it's great to see you. Exactly. Sigourney Weaver passed me in Central Park once on her way to the west side and said hello. Listen, she's a goddess, man. Working girl. Galaxy Quest. Do I need to say that again? Galaxy Quest. Who's not madly in love with Sigourney Weaver? She is one of the most versatile actresses in the history of the world. She's beautiful. She's smart. She's tall. Everything. If I was a straight guy, that would be the woman for me. I adore her, and she's so funny. But also, because she's so incredibly brave and brilliant, that whenever she's got a point to be made, people listen to her. She never, ever, ever, ever backs off of a good argument. Sigourney Weaver, man. Hearts out for, she's my kind of gal. I mean, she's just a genius. Everything about her. My camera. I'm happy to see you going back to the theater. If you get bed bugs in Vegas, then stay in Vegas. If I get bed bugs in Vegas, there'll be headlines in the news, my camera. I mean, I'm dying to see the Sphere thing. I couldn't do the U2 thing because I refused. I refused to go see U2 without Larry because they should have canceled it. U2 have been those four guys since the beginning of their career, and that's why the Beatles are the most special people ever. That's why, the dilution of Kiss and the Rolling Stones and, I mean, Aerosmith got back together with all the original people. And it's not a band I give a shit about. I mean, I get why people like Aerosmith, but it's not for me. But I get it. They kept the band members. It's so important to have the original members in your band. It's so important. And for a band like U2, kept it together for the better part of almost 50 years, and then just to obviously do a money grab. I don't care about the technology, and no one else does. Bono's like, well, we couldn't let that pass us by, this to be the first. No, yes, you could. Let Dead and Company do it. Let everybody take psychotropics and go to the Sphere and space out and not pay any attention to all the real shit. Because they're just going like this. Yes, Sugar Magnolia. Get riding that train. High on cocaine. I mean, I'd rather be put in an Iron Maiden or waterboarded than sit through the music of the Grateful Dead. I don't get stoned. It's not my thing. You have to be high to enjoy that shit. Horrible. But U2, you do a show with some scab. That was the most unclass move they ever made in their entire career. They should have never done that. And I would have gone. You are one of the ladies of the best TLWC. Hey, now we know we have to change it. The Definitive Ladies Watch Club. How about that? Are you a watch gal? Are you into watches? Let's find out everything we can about DLWC right now. Because, it's like pale blue, kind of teal, and there's no picture, so we don't know much. But I want to know everything about DLWC right now. I'm calling you out. I'm going to say the Definitive Ladies Watch Collector. How about that? Is that right? Are you? Because, a lot of people came here from the watch world because we talk about watches. I have a bunch of watches. I love watches. I'm not a collector per se, but if I was, Galaxy Quest and Dave. Oh, and Dave, Carlos. Oh my God, Dave. What an underrated movie. Well, Kevin Kline is a genius. We all know that. But one of the funniest things in that whole movie was when, her and her husband didn't get along, the real president, and he had a heart attack or whatever. And then she's with Dave, and they're about to, do it. And she goes, and she knew it wasn't him. Because he had a big dick. Galaxy Quest. Aerosmith suck. Yeah, not my thing, man. It's just never been my thing. I have friends who are mad for them. Listen, I can absolutely appreciate what they've done, their accomplishments. Steven Tyler's longevity, for sure. Couldn't read his book. It was so weird. He's just such an oddball. But they're kind of, that bluesy rock and roll is just not my thing. It's just not mine. Chain kept it rolling all night long. My favorite Aerosmith record that I really like is a cover of and now the other day, my girl, she went away across the sea. Oh no, no. Walking in the sand. Bam, bam. I love that. It's like an old 50s doo-wop song. I don't really care about Aerosmith. It's not my thing. That doesn't mean it's not good. It just means I don't get it. It doesn't connect with me. And that's fine. But yeah, do they suck? I don't think they suck. I think Motley Crue sucks. I think Poison sucks. Dirk's bands that suck. You ready for that? I would prefer to wear 3 Speedy Moon swatches than listen to Aerosmith. Aerosmith have a couple of good songs. Should I give you my top 10 bands that suck? Should I be that acerbic now that I've had a couple glasses of wine? I love bluegrass, man. My favorite album, Rufus, in the last, do I have it here? Is it available? Shit. I never know where I keep CDs. Oh boy, I've been on a Cheap Trick, fucking crazy Cheap Trick run that I can't explain. I love Cheap Trick. Little Sparrow by Dolly Parton. It's a bluegrass record. It's in her trio of The Grass is Blue, Little Sparrow, and then she did Halos and Horns. By far, Little Sparrow is the middle one, is the masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. Down from Dover, Collective Soul cover Shine, absolutely incredible, amazing. Anyway, I like bluegrass. Bluegrass is good. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. Grateful Dead, Third Rate Blues. Yeah, it's just not my thing. You got to be a pot guy. I've never tried marijuana. I have no plans to do so. Next bunch of stone throwers on this channel to judge me. I will come to your front door, judge. No one is coming after you, Ray. Did you do some weird acid? Nobody's coming after you. You are adored, my friend. CD's so old. DLWC. It all started with Oisín's EVH episode and then evolved. The love of music and film solidified things, not to mention your good heart. Oh, thank you very much. There you go. He's got great Eddie stories. Eddie was not in a happy place when they toured with him, you know. It's very interesting. The other day, I was talking to Emmett, and Oisín's brother, and he's a monster musician, composer, guitar player, all those things. And we were talking about Hot for Teacher. And he said that he was under the assumption, or he'd heard that Terry Bozzio played the intro to that song on drums and that Alex didn't do it. And I said, I never heard that. He goes, well, he never played it live. Now, I saw them on the 1984 tour because I'm old enough. I've got 10 years on Emmett, 8 years on Oisín. And I saw them, I saw them on their first tour with Black Sabbath in 78. And yeah, it was very, very odd. And it turns out that's mythology, because it is Alex that played that. He just decides to just start out instead of doing the whole that crazy thing. But yeah, some great stories, man. I love everything. You know what I love? My favorite song is "Won't You Please Stop the Music? I could stop it before." Stop This Game. And Voices has been on it. I've been listening to Voices by Cheap Trick for the last week nonstop. Oh, that song is just amazing. It's so beatly and beautiful. I love it. Dolly is class. She's the classiest thing that ever happened to the world. Dolly Parton. Loved her. Isn't that great? Won a Grammy Award, my camera. Won a Grammy Award. And you want to hear a great story about that? Forgive me because I don't know the guy's names from Collective Soul. But somebody turned her onto that song, and she loved it so very much, and she cut it. And she's like, I think we should probably let these guys know that we did that. And it was ready to go, and then somebody called their management, and they were like, oh, Dolly Parton cut a copy of Shine. And they're like, what? And then they heard it, and he just was so gobsmacked by it. And he said, oh my God, this is how this song always should have been. And then it won a Grammy Award for best bluegrass. And it's the musicianship on that song. Oh my God, it's crazy. It's a full ass mountain bluegrass monster piece. It's incredible. It's a monster piece. I have bought 5 boxes of CDs in the basement, a beautiful Nakamichi CD player, all collecting this. Damn you. I know, but you know what? This shit doesn't sound good on iPhone. You know what I have here? This is probably, what did I do with it? Yeah. So this is it, right? That's my CD player. It's an LG. I plug it right into my computer. And every once in a while, I'll pull out a CD that I really want to listen to. And the other day, I was like, you know what I want? A Day at the Races by Queen. And yeah, it's covered with dust because they're in boxes that I never open. Every once in a while, man, you put on the difference is Viva la Difference, man. It's amazing stuff. Really. Fucking bunch of tree huggers left. What's going on? Who are you mad at? Ray, could you tell us who you're exactly mad at? Because I don't get it. Who are you mad at? The whole world loves you. You're surrounded by love. This is the eye bashers, man. This is, I don't know what show you think you're on. I know you dabble in that other show. I know you do. I know. People tell me, don't think that they don't. I know. Everybody gets back to Dirk. Dirk, he knows all, and that's okay. I don't care. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Travis says the steel drivers are a great model. I don't know the steel drivers, but it sounds good. Ray, take it easy. Yeah, we don't know what's going on. Look, everybody's easy. What's going on? Are you mad at Easy E? And for what? I can't imagine what you could be mad at him for. I don't understand it at all. Why are you mad at Easy E? What did he do? He's a legend, like you are, my friend. You're a legend, an absolute legend. What could possibly be happening here? You gotta let us know, pal. I don't get it. I don't get it. Let me see what's going on here. What is today's date? The 5th? Content live. This is the Friday. Oh, it's live right now. Let's see. Can I view this on YouTube? Okay, there it is. Video link. Just want to see. Never heard a word from Machine. Never heard a single word out of him. Isn't that crazy? Hold on. Why are you doing that to me? Yes. Give me a second, guys. I'm just looking something up real quick. Oh, boy. Okay, connected. I'm wondering if I'm like missing chats or something. Oh, boy. That's really weird. You don't usually get that. Anyway, I'm looking, but I wasn't looking. Somehow you found me. What's going on there? Did Oisín ghost? He did ghost the Friday show. Ghosted. Better have a good excuse, Oisín O'Malley. You guys better have broke into the local high school and made love on the 40-yard line. Or is there such a thing? That'll show how gay I am, that there's a 40-yard line. It's probably like not, there probably doesn't exist. I'm a baseball guy, though. I'm guessing. I have about 8,000 CDs in the garage. Old tech now converted into 2496. You know what everybody records at now? Like 96 and above. Easy E, what have you done? Just keep it going. That's hilarious. Ray is an Aerosmith. Maybe he's an Aerosmith fan. My landlord accidentally cut it. Cut what? Can you talk about that? What do you mean your landlord accidentally cut it? Cut what? I'm a little confused. Is it the wine? I have no idea. No idea at all. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Like, usually I'm able to go hit my analytics to see if he was anywhere near here, and he's not been. Look at this. Connection is excellent. If I click on this right now, very odd. Whatever. Stream settings. No. I'm just looking to see if he just blew us off like big time, right? Just a complete blow off. But we love you anyway, man. I'm going to change the thumbnail. I'm just going to put it. One is the loneliest number. What is the loneliest number that you'll ever do? Sharon, the ladies of the bash. Hello, beautiful lady. We know you're so glamoring, and we miss you. We miss you so much because you're so busy. But we still love you. Oh, my God. Look at those beautiful eyes. My God. Talk about eyes from hell. Have you ever seen more beautiful bedroom eyes in your life than this beautiful lady? My God, crazy. I'm confused. It's like half the chats are. Why would that be? I wonder why. I'm thinking about pitching all my old CDs. I know, me too. I mean, can I tell you, Travis, that I've got 3,000 vinyl albums? 3,000. So, let me just grab a bunch. Hold on. I just went on the shelf, of which there's 9 shelves, and I just grabbed a bunch of them. You ready for this? How fun will this be? Okay, let's see. What's first? I just grabbed arbitrary. Creedence Clearwater Revival Pendulum. There you go. Not one of my favorite bands at all. What's on here? Chameleon, Melina's Just a Thought, Hideaway, Pagan Baby. There's no hits on here. Oh, have you ever seen The Rain is on here? Okay. Not a fan. I don't care about Creedence. Oh, this is amazing. Cosmos Fact. Look at all the Creedence I have here. Why do I have this? Creedence Clearwater Revival, Cosmos Factory. This has got Rambo. What's on here? Who'll Stop the Rain? He loves to write about rain. Oh, I heard it through the grapevine, but everybody covered that. Crap. How about this one? Shit, which one is this? The Chicago. But which Chicago is this? Oh, Terry Kath is on this. Which one is this? I don't know which Chicago this is. Chicago. Can I see what's on here? This is good shit, guys. Isn't this fun? It's a double album. Oh, yes. God. I don't know any of the songs on this record. Anybody know which one this is? Wow. This is a record that nobody gives a shit about. There's nothing famous on it. Wow. Not a single song I've ever heard of in my life. Look at this. Look at all this Chicago. But they don't put the names of the songs on here. Terry Kath. Wake Up in the Sunshine. Of course, I know that. Color My World. Okay, I know that. 25 or 6 to 4. Okay. All right. Some serious shit. Okay. I don't know which one. Chicago. They always did the same record over and over again. How about this, guys? Boomerang. You like that? What was their big hit? When the Phone Stops Ringing in the Darkness. Bonfire. How about this? Who the fuck are these guys? This is like some 80s metal shit. Don't recognize anybody in this band. Slippery When Wet. Uh-oh. Let It Rock. You give love a bad name. Oh, living on a prayer. I got a social disease and want it dead or alive. And raise your hands. Without love, I don't know how that goes. I'll die for you. Never say goodbye. Never say goodbye. Wild in the streets. I got all that. Look at this. I got the original thing. Slippery When Wet. Oh, it's another Chicago record. Oh, God. I'm afraid to look at what this is. This is I just took 2 inches out of there. Here's a Terry Kath. What's on this record? Whoosh. Any way you want. Who cares? The Beatles, rock and roll music. This is all the covers that they did. Twist and Shout. I saw her standing there. You can't do that. I want to be your man. Okay, we like the Beatles original shit better. The Beatles live at the Hollywood Bowl. Very cool. Twist and Shout. She's a Woman. Can't Buy Me Love. Hard Day's Night. Help. All My Lovin'. She Loves You. Long Tall Sally. I'm losing subscribers right now. Look out. Just careful, Dirk. Why are you being careful? Look at this. Bon Jovi, the very first album. This album sucks. Just has she's a little runaway. She don't know me. She don't care. Terrible. And here's the best way to end it. Ready for this? Take me home, take me home, take me where you want to be. Take me home, Cher. Gay. Why do I have Cher records? Because I'm a homosexual. Yeah, it's got amazing shit. But if you look at like who played on these records, it's not even believable. Like all the greatest musicians in the entire world. Horns arranged by Jimmy Haskell and Arif Mardin. My God. Jay Winding. It's the craziest shit ever. Take me home, Cher. There you go. I took an inch out of my vinyl records for fun. Next to my player are Wagner, John Fox, Kraftwerk, SOAD, and yes, I don't know who. System of a Down. I wish I understood that. I don't. I know that they just played like 2 nights at the stadium here in New Jersey, but for the life of me, Carlos, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get them, and I don't get what was the band with their rap and their metal. Their guitar player is terrible, and he plays in everything. He's a lovely guy, but yeah, I don't get it. I don't get System of a Down. I wish I did. They look very cool. For Gates and Cook to snoop us up, Dean. Travis, if something happened to the internet, it would stop working. The old tech. Yeah, it's true. I mean, I've got plenty of records, and I have a turntable. I do have it for sure. You know, I do. Gotta love shit. I mean, how could she? She's a fucking cockroach, man. Think about it, like, you know, I got you, babe. I got you, babe. And bang, bang, you shot me down. Bang, bang, and I hit the ground. Bang, bang, right? And then dark lady, play black magic, light the candles one by one. And then, like, you know, she had all those hits, gypsies, tramps, and thieves. Then, like, take me home, take me home. Then all the crazy, I mean, she's been around forever. And, like, nonstop. Do you believe in love after love? It's amazing how she just keeps on going. She's a terrific singer, man. She's a great stylist. She's like Ozzy. The second she opens up her mouth, you know who that is. You know who that is. I prefer the long-haired Beatles over there. Me too, Travis. Yeah. For me, it'll always be Abbey Road, even though I love everything the Beatles ever done. Except for the White Album, as I said last night, which did not go down well with Andy M. It's not a record I love. It's a self-indulgent solo. It's like the Kiss solo records. It's like where everybody needed to get their yayas out and not be a cohesive thing because there's so much crap on that very long record. Not a fan of that. And then like Let It Be was, you know, good. And then Abbey Road, the last album they recorded, was just absolutely amazing. So who knows? Yeah, Dirk, I have the Bon Jovi album signed picture disc worth money. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. She's a great actor. Just watch her in Silkwood or Mask. I don't think Moonstruck she won an Oscar for Moonstruck. I don't think it's a great movie. I don't think she's particularly great in it. She's cute in it, and Nicolas Cage is cute in it, and it's a cute movie, but she was genius in Mask, and she was genius in Silkwood, which is a movie that if you've not seen Silkwood, please see it. It's amazing. I will always love Cher in any beat. Me too. I'm the same way, Robert's Bird. 100%. Anyway, guys and girls, amazing show. Thank you so much. You know what? I'm going to wrap it up because it's hot in here. I got to turn the air conditioning on. And let's everybody write a message to Sheen O'Malley and say, man, you totally stood up Dirk. You better have gotten laid. Or anything similar. Just make him feel bad that he blew me off and never said I'm not going to do the show on Friday. That's okay. Guys, I love you all. Thank you. What a great show. Thanks to all the amazing super chatters tonight. Thank you so much. We got Mard and Joe and Travis and Rufus and Dean and Easy E and Gabari and Joe LaFaro and Gabari and Mike Sawtell and Gabari and Andrew Wolkowitz and Joe LaFaro. And Travis and Mike Hammer, Mike down, and Joe LaFaro. Oh my God, you guys are on fire. Mike Hammer, thanks so much. And Sharon, oh my God, I didn't give you a big bang boom because you just came in there at the end, honey. Because in Oisín's defense, no, it's priorities. Priority would be tell Dirk you're not doing the show. You have another adventure happening. That would be the priority, right? That's fine. I'm just being a dick, but I would have called. Just saying. I would say, hey man, I can't do it. Unless he just unless he's in the gutter somewhere, right? That would be different. That would be the different story. Thank you, Jojo. Jojo was a man who thought he never thought he was a woman. Joe LaFaro never thought he was a woman. Some of us wouldn't make. You know, when I was young, Joe, I was a very pretty girl, though. I was a pretty girl. I had really, like, I was probably had a 21-inch waist and I was 170 pounds, and I could pull it off back in the day. But when we were young, right? When we were young, we could all do that. Wouldn't it be great? Hungover from his birthday? No, he didn't even get drunk on his birthday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Guys, mwah, thank you so very much. Big hearts, of course, out to all the amazing bashers. You guys rule the world. I'm grateful for every single second of it, and you know it. There's no doubt about it. Okay. Oh, Melly sees late. We'll catch up later. We love Mork. We love you. We love Andy M. We love Mindy, man. Melly, we talked about it all night long. So please, 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 just know that how much we love Mork. We love you. Ladies of the Bash, all the bashers in the world. The bashers all over the world. Hey, man, the first Friday night show where I had to go on my own. And I was completely unprepared for it. Because you know what? He didn't tell me. I love you guys. Remember to hold the door open. Remember to say please and thank you. Remember, if you meet somebody who's not very nice, give them the benefit of the doubt. They could be the nicest person in the world, your future husband, your future wife, an opera singer. Who knows? They could be any of those things. Either that, they're the best person in the world, or else they're a hey.